So, today we have a review of the Icons of the Realms premium miniatures from the Dungeons & Dragons WizKids line here. The reason we started getting these over at my house was we play a lot of D&D campaigns at home, and we buy unpainted figures, and we have a 3D printer, and we print and paint our own figures a lot of the time. But I always find like NPCs like this group here or monsters are easier and faster to paint because there's not as much detail and it doesn't really matter and there's less colors and monsters are bigger. But when it comes to painting heroes, I always find myself wishing I could make my hero or the character that I'm playing or that one of my players is playing better than that's above my painting level. And that's where the Icons of the Realms premium figures come in. And you might be laughing going, oh, well, the Icons of the Realms figures, some of them are kind of wonky. And yes, in the big booster boxes, some of the monsters and some of the NPCs and even characters aren't the greatest. But the premium figures here, these cost a little bit more. And I think the reason is because they put more effort into them. Basically, they take some of the most popular WizKids D&D figures, the ones they sell in the 2-packs, and they Nolzur's unpainted miniatures, I guess it would be the line, and they take them and they do like this. They print them in plastic and they print them out for you. So this is a Dragonborn Fighter. My son likes to play Dragonborn a lot, and I think the Dragonborn Fighter was his second or third D&D character he ever created or made. But the cool thing is, besides the packaging, a hologram, is these guys are super detailed, and the paint is very good. So again, some of the Nolzur's figures get kind of mushy, kind of weird. The paint on these is superb. They stand up nice. They don't tend to be as bent and whatever, and they're more bendable than a 3D painted miniature, which is kind of cool. Although I love 3D printing and printed miniatures. They come with a stand you can glue them to. A little thing you can do too with the Dragonborn is there was an Unearthed Arcana 2021, 2020 that came out. That had more features for the Dragonborn. One thing about Dragonborn that's kind of cool is you can also play them, that's what my son did, is play them as Draconic, which is the race of creatures from the Dragonlance books by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. They're from other parts of D&D, but from D&D 20, 30 years back. The Draconics are cooler because they have wings and they can fly, and when they get killed, they turn into like either acid or they explode or they have some awful like elemental thing happen when they die. So this guy's really detailed. You can see his shield. Their base coats with basically a little bit of weathering, a little bit of a couple washes dropped on, but really really good. Super cool. If you want to play a Dragonborn Fighter, I'd highly recommend this guy. For me to paint this guy would be hours, and for these things, they retail you can usually find them for between $6 and $10. If you were going to play a whole campaign, weeks, months, years long, and you wanted a good guy, a Dragonborn Fighter, I don't think you could do much better than this guy unless you're a very, very talented painter. And if you are, well, then you're probably not buying these figures anyway. But yeah, super cool. There's a link to pick this guy up in the description of this video. If you like the video, subscribe and hit like. Thanks.